Hello everybody, Mr. Johansson here. This is the first lesson in astronomy, and if you look at your astronomy aerospace final, this is the first question, all right? And it's talking about what are the three main ideas from the Greeks that began science. This is where science really began, and it had to do with how they argued things. And there are just three steps, but it changed how arguments went. The first step, very important step, number one, they indicated no magic steps. They said, stop with the magic nonsense. If something happens, you can't blame it on some unseen thing that nobody else knows about, that nobody else can have access to. So, no magic steps. If lightning should come down and hit a building in town, okay, what's causing it? Well, you're not allowed to invoke the lightning gods or something like that. You have to think of something that would be demonstratable in a lab, that you could actually do. You could learn, not behind some hidden curtain that nobody else has access to. The next thing, very simply, he said, model everything. Make models of everything. And I don't mean build little models, but get an idea of it that is a model that you could share with somebody. And as much as possible, make your models mathematical. Now, what does that mean? Well, think about it. You already have a lot of mathematical models. And a great one is, if you have two people on roller skates, one is 200 pounds, one is 100 pounds, and you push them with exactly the same amount of force, you tell me, who's gonna go faster? The smaller one, the 100-pound one with the same force, or the 200-pound one with the same force? Well, I think you all recognize the person who weighs 100 pounds with the same force applied is gonna go faster. Here's my question, how much faster? And I'm pretty sure you'd all agree, they'll go twice as fast as the 200-pound person. In other words, the person who weighs twice as much. That's a mathematical model. You go through your day with these mathematical models in your head, and I dare say you'd have trouble if you didn't have these mathematical models. The third step is the most important step of all. And the third step, and this is where science rules. In all other human endeavors, they don't use this so much. That's why other human endeavors don't make the rapid progress that science makes. So consider this one. The third one is, if it disagrees with experience or experiment, it is wrong, period. It doesn't matter who came up with the theory. It doesn't matter anything else. All that matters is if it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. A long time ago, a very, very smart man, a truly brilliant man by the name of Aristotle, said that if you have a heavy rock and a light rock, and you drop them both, well, anybody can feel the earth is pulling on the heavy rock more. So the heavy rock will go faster and hit first. And people believed that for 2,000 years, until Galileo, this is how the story goes, till Galileo went up to the top of the Leaning Tower of Pisa and dropped a big lead mass and a small lead mass at the same time. And everybody saw that they went down and hit at exactly the same moment. And proved Aristotle, the smartest man around, was wrong. It used to be you could settle an argument by saying, well, Aristotle said. But now you can't do that anymore. Now, whether it's right or wrong is based on experiment, not who said it. So we moved forward tremendously when we decided experiment. is the key to everything. So that's where science began. Number one, no magic steps. Number two, model everything, make mathematical models. And you would agree that that's what science does. When we talk about how the sun works, we've made mathematical models. And because they're mathematical models, we can observe the sun, watch things on it, and see if it agrees with what our mathematical model says the sun should do. And if it agrees, our model might be correct. If it disagrees, we know it's wrong. So the last one, of course, if it disagrees with experiment or experience, it's wrong. And this is where it all began. So that's the first one, the three main ideas of Greeks that began science. Hope you got that. Thanks for listening.